I think I found my purpose on YouTube, and my purpose is to be positive. That's it. I love being positive. I love, it's not so much that I'm something being phony about it. I'm really this way. I mean, I like to think positive and keep as good and upbeat of an attitude as possible. I think one of the things I used to love in my, see, I'm where I'm working right now. I was working in a different unit. They always call these different units, different places. I'm in the same company. I actually work for the University of Illinois. The thing is that I worked in different places. They sent me from one place to another. And there was one place I was at where things were very negative. And I brought this positiveness there. It wasn't that I was there trying to convert people. And I really wasn't. I wasn't trying to convert everybody to being positive. But I just had this positive outlook on things. And always looked on the positive side. Yes, the bright side of life. Some people have made fun of that and say, always look on the bright side of life. That Monty Python thing. Which is, I know they meant it in a very funny, even in an endearing kind of way. But I do believe in that. I really do believe in that. I believe in having a positive outlook and a positive view on things. Because it does help. If nothing else, being positive simply feels good. But one thing, it helps you to deal with things better. Because I think about like situations where I've seen people who were not very effective at dealing with problems. Because they took everything so serious and they took it with this tremendous sense of urgency and everything is an emergency and everything has to be done yesterday and this type A type of behavior where they have to rush and rush and rush. It's like with, the thing, a quote from Gandhi, the purpose of life is not to get through it as fast as possible. Some people just don't understand that. They think that everything is rush and rush and rush and this is so urgent and everything else. It's funny. I look at old newspapers, and I have a lot of old newspapers from 30, 40 years ago. And you look at all these things that were so urgent and urgent and urgent. And we're still here. The world is still here. I look at those old papers, and all the things that people are so concerned about. People worry a lot, and they have a lot of fear. And they think that worrying and being fearful and having a lot of negative feelings really makes things better. Somehow you just can't improve the world unless you're feeling bad. And I find that I can be more effective if I keep an upbeat attitude. Not a phony attitude, but an upbeat. And I don't think being upbeat is phony. It's always interesting to me when I was thinking about it. I was talking to someone and they told me, they said, because they saw that I was very optimistic, they said, well, I'm realistic. The suggestion was that because I had a positive attitude, I was being unrealistic. Having an optimistic view, in the middle of this job where I'm at, where there are a lot of layoffs and things going on and budget crisis, I have an optimistic attitude. And this person sort of thought that, well, somehow having this positive attitude was bad. I should be worried and fearful. Look, if I'm worried and fearful, if something negative is going to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to happen if I'm thinking positive. It's going to happen if I think negative. But if I think negative, I'm going to give up. I'm going to throw my hands up. I'm not going to get up and do what I need to do. If I have to get out there and fight, I'm going to get out there and fight. If I need to get out there and do something, I'm going to do it. If I need to go out there and hustle, go place to place, putting in resumes or doing what I need to or trying to help other people, there's no way I can do that if I'm negative, if I'm depressed, if I'm sitting around. Because what I want to do is just lay in the bed and put a cover over my head and just hide and curl up in a ball. And that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not about that. I'm just not about that. The thing for me every day of my life is finding a way to be inspired. Having that sense of inspiration and spreading that. And I think a lot of my inspirational way of looking at life and inspirational way of dealing with things has been very contagious for a lot of people. It's been very, it spreads to other people. they feel inspired and encouraged to get up and do something and take action and actually do something that improves not only their own lives, but the lives of people around them. You know, you can be around people who always want to try to bring you down with some negative way of looking at things, saying that, you know, you're getting too positive or you're getting too optimistic. I don't think that that's what you know, I don't think you can be too optimistic. I think that, and I think that I want to make a distinction between being optimistic and being stupid. You know, I mean, don't run up your credit card bills and do things and say, well, yeah, the universe is going to take care of it. It's not like in a secret. You know, you do need to be responsible. But I think I have a lot of confidence that people can be responsible and be optimistic. I don't think that those things are mutually exclusive. You can be optimistic and you can be effective at dealing with things. Because I've seen people who take things so serious, and those people are the least effective people because they're always yelling and screaming and upset, and they really don't do anything. Just think about it. Even in your own life, think about people that you know who are very effective at getting things done and people who aren't. The people who yell and scream may sometimes seem like they're being effective, but step back for a moment and ask yourself, are they really very effective? Or do they just make a lot of noise? That's the thing you got to think about.